Peace, peace, everyone. I'm Marathi Howie, the host of the Vegan Love Culture TV show in Charlotte, North Carolina. We are here at 3024 East Independence Boulevard at the only vegan hotel in Charlotte, the Golden Green Hotel. I'm about to go in and interview the CEO, Mr. Fred Loring. So y'all need to check this place out. You ever look up there, you see Be Vegan? That's a very, very powerful statement, man. So when you pass by here, you got to check this place out. So I'm about to go in and check out Mr. Fred Loring, and I'll see y'all soon. All right, y'all. Peace. Peace, peace, everyone. My name is Marathi Howie, the host of the Vegan Love Culture TV show here in Charlotte. I'm here today with Mr. Fred Loring, the owner and CEO of the Golden Green Hotel on 3024 East Independence, Charlotte, North Carolina. Nice to meet you, Mr. Loring.
Nice to meet you, Marathi, again.
Good to see you. Good to see you. Tell us a little bit about your hotel, how long your hotel has been open, and just elaborate on your hotel for us.
Well, we've been here for 11 years, and I think we opened in 2008, and we started out with just a few rooms, and we built it from the inside out.
Okay, so what made you want to turn this hotel into the first and only vegan hotel in Charlotte? What was your mind state behind doing that?
Well, my mindset is I have two partners, and they're both vegan. So in other words, all of us are vegan, and we push veganism. And that's why when I heard about you and you're pushing veganism, I wanted to really meet you so I can get acquainted with what you're doing, and we can gel together and maybe come up with something to help more people to look to veganism.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Well, the Vegan Love Culture show is about going back into the earth for your healing and for your health and to unite the human families. So when I met Mr. Fred Loring, an elder at 75 years old, practicing the vegan lifestyle, it amazed me. It amazed me, especially when in the community or in America where we don't have as many people, elders, that's practicing this lifestyle. So, Mr. Loring, we want to ask you, what made you venture into the vegan lifestyle? What was that about? How did you come into it?
Well, one of my partners has been a vegetarian for many, many years, and we were doing business together. And I went to Wendy's, and I was eating a chicken sandwich. Mm-hmm. And so I bit down on the chicken sandwich, and I looked up, and I saw the awfulest look. Uh-huh. So I asked her, I said, eating this sandwich, does it bother you? And she said, it does. Mm-hmm. And I said, well, I'll never eat any meat in front of you again, ever. And I never did. So then one day I said, I think I'm just going to be a vegetarian. Mm-hmm. And from that, it led to other things. And then I had a close connection with what she believed. Mm-hmm. And so then I got into her lifestyle. And then my other partner is already a vegan, a vegetarian. Then we all became vegans because we saw the need to branch out. And veganism is more expression of love than vegetarianism. But we anybody in any kind of way do anything to protect the earth, to protect the animals. We appreciate that, and we like to work with them. We just don't run them down because they're maybe not full, but we hope better in the future.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's very powerful. That's very powerful. So where do you see this lifestyle going? What are some of the things that you see happening around in Charlotte that wasn't happening, 10 years ago? Because this veganism thing is really, really taking off. So where do you see Charlotte going as far as veganism and America? Can you give us some insight on that?
Well, when I first was a vegetarian or vegan in Charlotte, I noticed there were not as many blacks being vegans, mm-hmm. or vegetarians, and then I have seen the black movement rapidly grow. Mm-hmm. Veganism itself is rapidly growing, but I'm amazed at so many black people reaching out, and then I've started to see the Spanish, and of course the Asians. A lot of the Asians, because in their home they're vegetarians and vegans anyway, from what they were brought up in that lifestyle. But changing in America and changing throughout the world, is veganism is really taking over. For example, Germany has done so much lately, and the United States and throughout the world.
That's powerful. That's powerful. That's good to know. So, what are some of the things that you would tell young men like me, around my age and younger, about the benefits of going into the vegan lifestyle and where that will take them to reach your age? Because, I mean, if you look around, young males, young females as well, they're dropping off. And it's all because of their diet and what they're putting in their system. So what would you tell the younger generations about how to prolong their life by going into this lifestyle?
Well, I have so many experiences that I can share with people. I'll just give you one. I met a girl one day, and we were talking, and I was talking about being a vegan, and she said, "Well, I am." And I asked her what made her become a vegan. She said she had to, and I asked her why. So what happened was she was in the hospital dying, and the doctors had given up on her. And they came. They said, "We don't want to come like this, but we have to. We have to let you know there's nothing we can do, and that's just it." And one doctor said something about eating red meat, but he said they have no solution. And so she said, I heard something, and she said immediately I stopped eating meat. 2 weeks, I got up, got out of the hospital, and I haven't been sick since. So that's just one example, and of 100 of people seeing the need to. And then I looked at different cultures, and some people like to meditate, and then the old masters were all vegans and vegetarians. And when you look at Sakyamuni Buddha, Jesus Christ, and all of the great ones, they were vegetarian. And Benjamin Franklin, Albert Einstein,
Gandhi.
Yeah, you can just keep going on.
Yes.
Some were vegetarians, some were vegan, but they were not frequent heavy meat eaters. And so when I look at that, and then I see the need to, and the protection of the earth. People don't know how they damage the earth, because factory farming is the biggest crisis we have. And give me a minute to explain that, because when you say factory farming is the worst thing we can do, people want to know, why did you say that? My reason for saying it is, when you think about corralling all of these animals, what do they do with all the blood? Picture a hole in the ground, pouring all the animals' blood in the ground. What do they do with the carcass? Because half of the animal you can't eat. So we have another hole in the ground. You're dropping or putting an animal carcass there, and you have bulldozers covering it up because of the stench and the bacteria. And the biggest problem we haven't even dealt with, the fecal matter. So you got another hole in the ground to put the fecal matter. In fact, you can't set up these plants until the government's going to make you put in, how are you going to treat the fecal matter? You got to have some kind of sewer or septic tanks or things like that to protect it, because you just can't throw that out on the earth. So you got blood, you have carcass, and you have fecal matter, all going into the ground. Where do you get fresh water? From the ground. So you're asking Mother Nature to clean up all of this and to give me good fresh water.
And you can't do that.
No, you can't.
One can't do that.
But even to prepare the land, what do you have to do? Cut down all of the trees. So it's a bad start and a bad finish any way you look at it. How do you cleanse the earth? The trees.
Mm-hmm.
Because the trees give off the oxygen. We get the, and we it's a simultaneously or working together relationship.
Okay, we're gonna go back into more of that. We're gonna take a break on the Vegan Love Culture Show, and we're gonna come back with the owner of the only vegan hotel in Charlotte, Mr. Fred.